today is a very special day. Not only will I be answering your AMAs sent through on Reddit, but today is the day we launch the jet fuel collection. I got one of the teas on right now, but if you're watching this when the video is coming out, it's jet fuel time. So if you want to go get your hoodie, get your t-shirt, whatever you want, head over to the website and get yours now. Let's get started. I'll be answering your questions, or I'll just be reading some of the things you said. There might not even be questions. Number 1, Lando, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized Daniel Ricciardos or one Daniel Ricciardo-sized duck? I mean, Daniel's ever so slightly taller than me, so that makes him almost 2 meters tall. See, I think Daniel's quite harmless. He just has some tattoos to make him look more aggressive than he is, but he's actually like a little teddy bear. Not that I've ever hugged him, but he's a cute little teddy bear, you know? So I would say 100 duck-sized Danny Ricks, because that will be easy. Next, Miasma. What's the best paddock prank you've gotten away with? To be honest, there's not been many pranks for the last couple of years. Since COVID came around, it's been a little bit more boring. Me and Carlos did quite a few things. Not always things that we can share publicly, because some things we probably shouldn't have done and people still haven't even found out about. Theo, hello Lando. During the middle of a race, when you're not fighting for a position or pushing, does your mind wander off and think of other things like what you'll be eating for dinner that night? Or are you fully concentrated 100% of the time? Both. Some tracks, like easier tracks, you'll be freaking like chilling, you know, you're just driving, boom, boom, but you'll be thinking of everything. Like, I know you're doing all these changes and whatever and bits and bobs, but honestly, you look up in the grandstand, you see if there's anyone up there that might catch your eye. Normally it's like a naked man that's got his top off, which is like I Heart Yuki Tsunoda or something. But some tracks like Jeddah, you know, Jeddah not so long ago, that's the track where you just literally can't think of anything else bar the walls, which are coming at you every single corner. So it's a little bit mixed, but some tracks you cannot lose or lack concentration. Otherwise you'll be in the wall and have a very, very large crash. Grote, Grote, _Speller. What are your thoughts on the smash hit? Let's Go Lando Pit Stop Boys. If you've not heard Let's Go Lando Pit Stop Boys, I'm sure you've heard of Super Max, Super Max, whatever that song is. I'm sure you've heard of that. Well, very kindly, they made their own song for me. 234,088 views at this current time. Slightly lacking on Max's Super Max, but that came out a few years ago. Mine only came out a few weeks ago. But it's my first proper song dedicated to me. And it's pretty catchy. My mind wanders off during the race sometimes, and I start singing it to myself, which might seem a bit weird. Let's Go Lando, considering I'm Lando. But it was catchy. What is my favorite pre-race meal? This is from I Have No Idea 81. The thing is, I hate eating on race day. Like, I hate eating breakfast, I hate eating lunch. And whenever I eat too close to the race, I feel like really, really sick. And I freaking hate it. I would say like almost for the last, 3 years now of Formula 1, I've almost had exactly the same lunch for those last 3 years, before every race. I've only ever had like two mixtures. One's just been like a chicken wrap with a bit of rice and a bit of pineapple in there, just sweetened up a little bit. And then another one was like this chicken, rice, pineapple again, but no wrap. Just, I think literally they just forget the wraps and put it onto a plate. If the entire grid was put in equal go-karts, who would be on the podium? Assume no blue shells. See, I think Yuki Tsunoda would win. Like, Yuki's a decent driver, he's a decent peddler. But he's also half the weight of everyone else on the grid. And in karting, that's just a large advantage. If you could make the ultimate F1 driver out of 5 drivers combined, who would the 5 be? This is from No Heroics F1. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to go with present drivers, not past. I mean, I still have to go with probably the obvious ones. But, and if I take myself out of it, you'd have Lewis in there. You'd have Max. I'd have Fernando. Bit of Carlos. And a bit of Yuki. You know, Yuki loves a little radio scream. So just for pure entertainment, I'd put Yuki in there. Like, I miss Charles out, I feel bad. But from those others, I think you put them together, you'd have pretty much an unbeatable driver. Hi Lando, what is your guilty pleasure TV show, movie, or anything else you watch? This is from Why So Sad CZ. Right now, I'm into a bit of Peaky Blinders. I'm a bit late to the party here. Since this last season came out, everyone's raving about it. I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. Peaky Blinders is my go-to at the minute. What is Quadrant? Are you serious? This guy's serious? Harry, get out. What is Quadrant? Well, Quadrant is my esports team organization. We have, and it's still early days, but we have a collection and an amazing group of streamers / content creators. We have our first proper esports team, which is the awesome squad in Halo, who have just qualified to go to one of the majors, one of the first big majors we're going to be competing in, or our first big major we'll be competing in. But it's basically like an organization of me, because I grew up in computers and sim racing and gaming and all of this, and it's still like I still love it, you know. I just wanted to keep that alive, you know, and be part of that, and also be part of helping other people achieve these kind of things. I think that's pretty cool. What I think is the ideal number of races for a season, from Alicia Heine, 20, 18 to 20. Sometimes it was actually nice to have like 2 weekends off in a row, because like the first one is like, now we only have a maximum for basically 1 weekend off, and that 1 weekend off, like, you have a bit of time to chill from the previous race, but then by the time you've chilled, you're like already preparing for the next race. Whereas when you had 2 weekends off, you could chill, then you could chill even more, and you're like fully chilled, you take your mind off racing for a bit, and then you start the build up. 1 week's not enough. Lando, if you won the championship, would you get your number shaved into the side of your head? No, I don't think anyone on the whole grid would do that. Toffee Wheels. Playing on your Belgian Somerset routes, a few key questions for you. West Country cider or Belgian beer? Thing is, I don't like alcohol, and I hate alcohol. So I have to say none, because they're both horrible. Waffles or pasties? Now that's an obvious one. It's waffles, way better than pasties. And then chocolate or cream teas, and I'm gonna have to go with, I mean, like chocolate. Look at Belgian chocolate. Nothing comes close to Belgian chocolate. All right. What's the maximum amount of toddlers you think you could beat in a fight before you were swarmed and ultimately killed? Well, this is something I think about regularly, because I always think about fighting toddlers. Mainly because they're probably the only people I can beat. So I do think about it quite a bit. I've gone up to around, I think I would say close to 50. If you think about it, that's like a lot of kicking and punching. I also see myself getting ultimately killed by toddlers one day. So just hope that it never happens, to be honest. Have I tried Fortnite since they removed building? No, and I never will. What's your favorite video game excluding any racing game? At the minute, Tarkov or Halo. Halo and Tarkov are definitely up there right now. Tarkov I played for years. Halo I've only got into probably since like halfway through last year, or towards the end of last year. Hey, it's Panos. Do you fart? Sometimes. Just blame it on other people. My girlfriend has a thing for science. What can I do to make her stop thinking about him? Imagine him with short hair. It's horrible. Just imagine Carlos with short hair. It just doesn't work. So yeah, tell her to imagine him like with a little bowl cut or skin fade or something. What hair product do you use? Because it's fantastic. Is that weird? Nah, I need to know. So I don't use any waxes or paste or gel. Like, that's just really bad for my hair. The only thing I do use is Moroccan, like this hair oil. It's like a turquoisey orange thing, pot, spray, whatever, oil. But this perfect stuff. So now hopefully they see this and can send me a load of free bottles. Final one. Do I miss Kimi? What a sad way to end. I never spoke to Kimi in, what, 3 years of racing in Formula 1. I don't think I ever said a word to him apart from, right? You know, when you walk past your mate or just someone you know, but you don't really know. Just like, right? Then you keep on walking. Pretty much like that. So I miss watching Kimi. I miss his interviews and that side. But apart from that, no. You know, there's plenty of other cool people in the world. And we have an exciting grid. And yeah. So in half a way, yes. In half a way, no. But that's it. That's all. I mean, there's a lot more questions, but I just don't have any time. I need to go and play Tarkov. Before we go, I guess final shout out to Quadrant. T-shirts, hoodies. I don't know where there's a link. There might be a link here somewhere, but go click on the website, probably be below. They're going to sell out very fast because last time they did. So we have got a few more in stock this time, but still not loads more. So if you want to get it, go get your hoodies, go get your t-shirts. I'll appreciate it very much. Send in your photos and everything, or tag us on Twitter, and we'll try and reshare as many as possible. But go and get them before they all go out of stock. All right. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.